everyone. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Welcome back. Today I'm gonna tell y'all some thoughts on how to catch a red flag. This is the friendship edition. Although a lot of these things can be applied to any type of relationship, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, mama, cousin, whoever. First things first, I feel like this is number one. Number one, if somebody is telling you somebody else's business, they're telling your business to somebody else. Period. If you've never heard that, now you know. If somebody is out there gossiping, telling you somebody else's business, baby, they telling your business too. So red flag, take a step back. Or what you could do is you could tell them something and see if they go tell somebody else some stuff. And if it comes back that they did, you definitely know they're talking about you. That's not your friend. Red flag. Next. All right, this next one. This is a big one. A lot of people having a problem with this. We are not out here doing free therapy for people, okay? You don't call me with your problems. If somebody's calling you with their problems, cool. But the second that you got a problem and that you want to just talk to them and like let it out on them, they ain't got no time, or they don't want to hear it, or they spin it to be like, girl, I got the same problem. Red flag. We not out here being free therapists. That's not what we do. We're out here to be friends. This is an even exchange, okay? We're out here to like relate things and pin things off of each other and express things about how we feeling, how we doing. So if somebody's out there telling about you they therapist, red flag, take a step back. Next. Okay, this one really gets on my nerves. That person who always asks for your opinion, like who's a better singer, Beyonce or Adele, and then you tell them your answer and they be like, no, da 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 da. They want to argue you down over your answer for every little thing. They always want your opinion. It don't matter what it is. It could be, Jasmine, is the sky blue or red? And I could be like, girl, it's blue. And they could be like, no, it's not blue, it's white, because da 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 da. Red flag, take a step back. Next, clingy. All right, clingy. When you become new friends or you got like that bond with somebody and y'all want to be around each other 24/7 all the time, cool. Okay, eventually that's gonna die down. If you're in school, you got schoolwork to do. If you got work, you got work to do, and you gotta come home, you gotta do other stuff. Like, we all have other things that we have to do or want to do, and we have other people in our lives that we have to communicate with also. So if you got that friend who's the second, like after things die down and you like, all right, cool, I gotta go do this, or I'm gonna go hang out with such and such, and they got a problem, red flag. Those type of people are manipulative, and we don't have time for them people. You let them know, listen, I'm gonna come hang out with you on such and such time, but today, tomorrow, the next day, whenever, I'm gonna be doing X, Y, and Z, and that's okay. Next. Those people who only come to you when they need something, red flag. If you don't notice this by now, you about to notice it today. There are people in your life who is probably coming to you every time they pop up, it's because they need something. Every time they pop up, it's because they want something. They always want something from you. So you're not gonna pop up just to see how I'm doing. You only gonna call me because you need X, Y, and Z. Red flag. This goes for those people who only want to come around you when there's like a party, like a good time, where there's like alcohol and other substances going on, and that's the only time you see them. They'll start dying out the second you stop partying. They'll stop dying out the second you stop engaging in whatever else you engage in, or you the one purchasing everything. They're gonna stop coming around, guaranteed. And when they do, let them kick to the curb. You do you and build you, and let them continue to find somebody else to feed off of, because they're just gonna keep hopping and hopping and hopping, and eventually they're gonna be miserable and find out flat on their behind that what? They're alone and they ain't got nothing. Next. So that friend who always wants you to spot something every time you go out, like, why do I have to pay for you? Why? I shouldn't have to pay for it, like, every time we go out. It's not reciprocated. They don't ever think to themselves like, oh, let me spot Jasmine because you know I done did this. Like, I don't have people like that in my life. Cut off. Next. Then you got the people who always want to come to your house, right? They always want to come to your house and hang out, and then they always eat up all your food that you pay for or that your parents didn't pay for, and they don't ever contribute. They don't ever bring nothing. Listen, baby, you are not on my taxes. You are not my child. If you're going to come in here eating up all of this food, you need to go to what? The store and buy some food and replenish it. Or guess what you're going to do from now on? You're going to eat before you come here, baby, because guess whose pantry is not for you? Mine. Just don't. Or you got the people who, they always want you to come over to their spot because, you know, I guess it's like seclusive. They can keep you away from everybody, but they ain't never got shit, and you always got to bring stuff over there. The TV, the game, the movies, the food, the carpet, the couch, the chairs. Like, girl, if that's the case, you might as well just come over here, girl, and bring your own food when you do. Next. Then you got them people. So you and your group of friends, like summer's coming up, Lord willing, we're going to be able to go somewhere. Y'all planning on going, taking a little vacation. Y'all done rented a house or a little hotel, you know, whatever, rent a car. This one friend always want to go. One friend ain't never got no money, always want to spend their stuff on whatever they want to spend, but don't want to save their money. Don't want to put in that effort to save their money to contribute to the trip. And they always want to just be like, oh, girl, let me go with you. No. Don't even feel bad about it. Because listen, when I didn't have it, and my friends was like, oh, Jasmine, let's take this trip to Orlando, Miami, wherever. I can't go, baby, because I ain't got no money. Or I'm saving my money for something else, and that trip is just not in the cards for me right now. If you have that friend who does not want to contribute anything, food, nothing. I've had someone want to come on a trip, and they was like, I'll pay for the food. Cool, you can come. You're at least contributing something. I'll pay for the gas. Cool, you can come. Because these trips aren't cheap, and what you're not going to do is come on this free trip and be snapping it all up on your social media, and I'm over here paying for everything. I'm not a sugar mama. You better come with something or don't come. Okay. Those people who always want to borrow your stuff, mess it up, and then give it back and act like ain't nothing happened, like they don't care. Red flag. Remove them from your life immediately, because there's no reason for that. I just don't, what's the point? I'll wait. You done took something that I paid for with my hard-earned money, done tore it up, and they gonna give it back. And I don't even get a sorry, right? Then we got those people who always want to play the victim. So you and your friend or your friends get into like a little whatever. Somebody's feelings get hurt, and y'all are like voicing it to each other of what each other did that hurt each other's feelings or made someone upset. So your friend tells you, you did X, Y, and Z that made me upset. And then you tell her, listen, like, this is what you did that made me upset. And I'm sorry if that made you upset. Whatever. They come back, well, I don't feel like I did anything wrong. Red flag. They never do anything wrong. They're always the victim. Red flag, let them go. Let them be the victim by themselves. Let them figure that stuff out. Like, no, we're not dealing with it. Next, then you got them jealous friends. You have, like I said again, a friendship is a two-way street. You uplift each other. If your friend is doing something, you uplift them. And if you're doing something, it should be reciprocated. And if it's not, it's kind of like are you jealous? Are you hating? Or if they go tell somebody else, like, try and downplay your accomplishments, that's not okay. And no one should ever be downplaying your accomplishments, especially not your friend. They shouldn't be hating on nothing that you got, nothing that you work hard for, nothing that you do. And if they do, they're jealous and they're haters. And we're going to leave them where they at. Then we got that manipulative person who wants to test. They always want to test your friendship. We don't have time for that, okay? If you got those people in your life who, for whatever reason, stop calling you, and then they call you back and they're like, you didn't realize that I wasn't calling you. Or they like block you on social media and unblock you, and they be like, you didn't realize that I blocked you, and like create this big thing. Like they're just testing you to see what you gonna do. We don't have time for that. There's no time. We don't have the energy for that. We're not even gonna worry about that. Girl, if that's something you want to do, you need to go do it over there, because we ain't doing that over here. I'm not that type of friend, okay? I don't play them type of games. We're not playing it. If you're gonna be my friend, you're gonna be my friend. You're not gonna test me on my friendship. If you got a problem with the way I'm communicating, then you need to come tell me that. Don't play this testing game, okay? Ooh. So if you get that person who's always leaving you to go hang out with somebody else, like you already done made plans, and she was like, oh, let me cancel because such and such going to do such and such. Or they don't even tell you. What's worse is they don't tell you. And you sitting there making plans, and they be like, oh, girl, I can't go no more. Okay, cool. And then pop up on social media that she was such and such at whoever. No, that's a red flag. And what y'all need to understand is when y'all see these red flags, take a step back. And nobody's perfect. I am at fault for doing some of these red flags, but the thing is that we recognize them and we learn and we change them and we grow. And if you take a step back and you bring up these red flags to your friend or friends, and they got a problem with anything that you're saying to them and don't even want to like acknowledge what they're doing, you take an even further step back, because we're not doing that. It's 2020. We don't have time for the games. We don't have time for the shenanigans. We don't have time for toxic relationships, manipulative relationships, abusive relationships. And that's not what we're doing. We don't have time for that. We are too great with ourselves to deal with that. It is so many other people out there in the world for you to meet, for you to connect with, you to be friends with, and build those relationships with that will uplift you, that you can grow with. Everybody ain't in your life forever. Some friends are for a season. If that means, we got the childhood friend, we got the best friend that's like your sister. We got the acquaintance. We got the, we're both busy. I'll see you when I see you, or I'll talk to you when I talk to you, and we'll catch up on life. That's normal. So if you see these red flags, approach them and communicate it to them. And if they don't want to accept it or do any changes, then fall back. And if you notice that you're doing some of these red flags, think to yourself, What can I do differently? And work on that and move forward and be a better you and a better friend out here in these streets, okay? But anywho, let me know down below some red flags that I didn't mention today, and we're going to keep each other up on game. Don't be a stranger. I'll see y'all later. Bye.